Hi guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are back with Lewis Hamilton Career Mode, episode number 7, round number 8 from Austria. You can see it's very wet conditions for the race here today. Qualifying was similar as well, it was heavy conditions. Didn't exactly have the best lap in the world. I qualified 4th place behind both Ferraris and my teammate Nico Rosberg. So yeah, overall, not a bad qualifying, but obviously not exactly what I'd like. I'd like to be on the front of the grid, but if I can't be, I suppose it's not too bad. So here we are, revving up the engine just before the start of the Austrian Grand Prix. The lights are out and away we go. Full wet conditions, full wet tyres on, no intermediates for us. Heading down to turn number 1, we get a good start in comparison to both Ferraris. And down the inside, we managed to make the position, run a little bit wide on the exit. The curve's a bit slidey and I nearly half spun it, but luckily for us, we managed to keep it in the right direction. And Kimi Raikkonen's got past his teammate, Sebastian Vettel, to move himself into 3rd place, but he started in 3rd, but you know what I mean, he's got his head of his teammates. So yeah, we nearly lost on the entrance to this corner here at the hairpin. We nearly ran a bit too wide, but luckily for us, we got the car slowed down enough to get through the corner without going off the track, which is a bit annoying that we lost a bit of time there, but whatever. We've still got a fight here on our hands here to try and hold off Raikkonen and also try and catch down our teammate Nico Rosberg, who's already pulled out a bit of advantage. One thing we're definitely going to have to look out for in this race is our fuel usage. Obviously in the wet conditions you're spinning up the wheels a little bit more, so you're going to be using more fuel. So we're probably not going to be able to use fast fuel mixture at all throughout this race, but we'll see how it works out. Maybe we might be able to for a couple of laps or here and there, or maybe just a little bit whilst defending a position or trying to attack a position. But all is good at the moment. 2nd place, obviously moving up from our starting position of P4, and Lewis Hamilton is now looking at, well, he's looking at Nico Rosberg, who's in the lead of the race. So hopefully that will, turn into something good. Let's hope. Anyway, Rosberg sets the fastest lap on that 1st lap of the race, as you'd assume, but as we cross the line to go on to lap number 8, we set the fastest lap of the race and we closed that gap down to Nico Rosberg to less than a second now. No DRS obviously, but we have pulled out a nice advantage over Kimi Raikkonen, who's battling with his teammate just behind him. We're actually coming up to lap someone already. I remember correctly, this was Max Verstappen. Not sure how he ended up nearly a lap down already. I'm assuming he's already had to pit at some point for maybe a front wing damage or something. But into the hairpin, we closed up on Rosberg once again. But it's just out of that corner. We seem to lose a lot of time to him. Not sure what sort of grip packs he's using, but he's managing to get out of that corner a whole lot better than we have. So now through down to this corner here, it's normally a third gear corner, but we go down to 2nd gear here to maybe get a bit more speed out of the corner. Obviously in the wet conditions you're travelling at a slower speed, so it means that maybe lower gears would help. Obviously it will increase wheel spin, however, but we're right up behind Nico Rosberg now, looking like we do have the grip advantage over him at this current time, but I'm thinking maybe it's time to switch over to the intermediate tyres at this point. And I go for a bit of a weird move down the inside of Nico Rosberg here, because he thinks exactly the same thing. We go down the inside of Nico Rosberg there into the pit lane, but we run a bit wide. Is he going to get back past into the pits? No, he isn't. And we actually managed to leapfrog Nico Rosberg in those last couple of corners to get back past, or get into the get past him for the first time, I suppose I can say, and into the leader's race. And also an important thing about coming in right now is the fact that he's going to have to wait up behind me, so we're going to gain even more time, but the Ferrari guys are going to do exactly the same thing, so really Rosberg isn't going to lose out too much time here. But for us it's good, because it means that Rosberg is going to go down another position. It wasn't really supposed to be like that. I didn't even know that Rosberg was going to be pitting, but luckily he did pit, because it's going to help us out in the championship. I think it was a 2-point gap between me and Rosberg in the championship, so it's definitely come down over the last couple of races. Rosberg's been on fire recently. He did have that, not literally, but you know what I mean. He's been quick. And yeah, into the braking zone here. Oh my goodness, we completely missed the braking point there, probably with the cold tyres. So we missed the braking point, so we have to just keep it in a straight line until we actually slow the car down. And then once we are slowed the car down enough, we'll turn in obviously through the corner. So yeah, not exactly the greatest first lap out of the pits that I would have wanted, but oh well, that's what it was. Now we've got a battle between Raikkonen, Rosberg and myself. They've all sort of caught up to us here. Raikkonen's trying to go side by side with me here. Is he looking? He's looking. I'm squeezing him. No! What's happened? I've tried to squeeze out Kimi Raikkonen. I get a corner cutting penalty, but I don't actually get a penalty for crashing Raikkonen like way down the order. I don't know how that works, but okay. Got a bit of front wing damage. Let's have a look at that again, because what I was trying to do is trying to squeeze out Raikkonen, but he didn't, budge. He didn't give up, and he just kept putting the car there. I was expecting him sort of I'll tell you about this point here. I was expecting him to back out, but he didn't, and he kept his car there. And I'm not saying that it's his fault at all, because I'm taking 100% of the blame. That was 100% my fault. But I honestly thought he was going to sort of back out of that like they did in the past. But Kimi Raikkonen doing a really good job at trying to get alongside me here, but I just misjudged it. I don't actually steer across him. It does look like I do, but it's just the way the track goes. It obviously goes a little bit to the left, and I sort of was steering straight, if that makes any sense. I wasn't actually steering around the left-hander, so was I cutting him off? I guess I was, definitely. It's my fault. So yeah, that's really bad for me, even worse for Kimi Raikkonen. I get a 3-second penalty. We're watching this from loads of different camera views. This is a Nico Rosberg third-person challenge. Oh my god. Anyway, Raikkonen's going past here. You can just see I sort of just turn across him there, turn across his front of his car, and well, that destroyed my race and destroyed his race even further. So we got front wing damage. We got 1.5 laps to go. We're going to have Sebastian Vettel all over us soon, but luckily there's a big gap from Vettel in third to whoever's in fourth place. I think Kimi Raikkonen. Oh my god, DRS is enabled. Sorry, not disabled. Why is DRS enabled? I don't know. Why does this always happen with the 1 lap to go in these races? I'm not sure either. But Sebastian Vettel is surely going to catch us. Even if he doesn't, he's got 2 seconds behind us here. He just needs to stay within 3, and obviously he's going to get past us because we got that penalty. But yeah, obviously I did not mean to take out Raikkonen out of this race. I was just trying to sort of edge him out like Lewis Hamilton did to Rosberg in the Japanese Grand Prix. I know it's a slightly different circumstance, but it's the same sort of thing. I was trying to edge him out of the racetrack, but yeah, it didn't work out for me, and Sebastian Vettel has made his way up in the order a little bit because of that. He obviously got held up in the pit stops, but at this point I had no front wing sort of downforce, so I was running wide all over the place, and obviously still a bit annoyed at the same time that I'd lost my race win here, and also going a bit defensive here on Sebastian Vettel. He's probably just going to drive all the way around the outside of me, is he? Well, I was trying to sort of squeeze him out once again. There's more contact. Oh my god, don't destroy this race even further, Alex. I didn't even... that wasn't me, like, sort of turning in across Vettel. That was him trying to come back onto the track. So you could say that was Vettel's fault, but I'm sure I'm going to get hate whatever I say. But down the inside of Sebastian Vettel once again, trying to squeeze him out once again. I'm trying all the tactics in the book to try and make sure that I get a 3-second gap over Vettel, but anything, it's just making it even worse for me. I should have just let him through. I just need to get to the end of this race here. Sebastian Vettel's going to get through easily here, is he? No, he's not going to get quite past me here. Trying to go defensive in the inside here. He's going to surely get past me here. Yes, he is. He's gone right past me. I got no downforce. My front wing's damaged. I'm in the rich fuel mixture. I said earlier I might not be able to, but I was actually able to for a little bit there. But wow, this race has definitely turned around the last 2 laps of the race. It's going to give Nico Rosberg the championship lead, which is obviously something I didn't want, but oh well. It means it's going to make this a bit more of a challenge. It's going to start getting into some of the racetracks where I'm not so good, so that's going to make it even tougher. But yeah, my 3-second penalty meant I finished in third place. Obviously, didn't lose any positions, but now I'm 8 points behind Nico Rosberg in the championship battle. And yeah, see you all next time for more Lewis Hamilton Career Mode. Goodbye.